Make your mark and they will come looking for you.
There wasn't a whole lot known about Need for Speed Undercover when it was announced, except that it was supposed to include a ton of cinematic flair to tell its story. Taking a page from the American classic that is The Fast and the Furious, an undercover cop is charged with cleaning up the seedier parts of illegal street racing. The game promised an involved story, high-speed highway battles, and insane chases. How could it go wrong? Well, much like Too Fast, Too Furious, a lot went wrong. Need for Speed Undercover is not a good game. It's not even close to a good game. It had the potential to be a good game, but that's about it. One of the main problems is how the progression is set up. Like Midnight Club or Burnout Paradise, you're dropped into an open world that you can drive around in at your leisure. However, unlike those games, there is no point to it. Races and challenges are picked from a menu, you can't actually drive to them in the city to start them. There's also nothing interesting to find in the city. Once you start an event, many of the races are closed off from the rest of the city, which means you don't even have cross-traffic. About all you do is get chased by police in sparse pockets of traffic when you're not in a race. Wonderful. The game also has a host of technical problems. Light textures pop in, shadows move according to the speed of your car, and the game just isn't all that great looking. Even worse is that the frame rate is all over the place, especially on the PS3. Parts were borderline unplayable because of this. The upgrade system is also weird. Your person gets upgraded, which then carries over to the cars, but there's also an option to upgrade the cars themselves. However, there's not much to a point to this because it's much easier just to buy a new car and get all the stats upgraded at once. Stats that are way higher than anything you could upgrade yourself because the order you unlock upgrades is out of whack. The auto sculpt mode from Carbon and Pro Street returns, but this time it doesn't affect the car's handling like last time out, which is disappointing. You're still given analog control over what your parts look like, but it's purely cosmetic. This doesn't really matter all that much though because the game is super easy. Even if you have half the stats of your opponent's cars, you're all set. I had an Audi TT beat a Lamborghini, an Audi TT. Even if you're not a car person, it should be apparent that an Audi TT should not beat a Lamborghini. The supposed cinematic presentation is poorly executed. It just doesn't make any sense. You'll win a race and then a cutscene will say, alright, now we have enough info to throw this dude in jail. Meanwhile, you're left wondering how winning a race had anything to do with the judicial system. It's clear that Undercover was made for a casual audience and a lot of it was watered down because of it. The cars handle okay, but it's just not that fun to drive them. The online mode involves a meager one flag capture the flag mode and 2 other normal races, but that's it. If you want a solid racer, look towards Midnight Club or Burnout. They look better and run better. If you still go ahead and get Undercover, well, have fun wasting your money. For the full written review, log on to IGN.com.